Y'all, this game we're revisiting today has not only been one of the highest viewed videos on my channel, but one that's sitting at around 50% when it comes to likes and dislikes. I've had people agree with my opinion, people who don't disagree with my opinion but respect my complaints, and then there are those that feel like they need to defend Alfa Bravo. In fact, the studio themselves weren't even mad. They don't even want me beheaded like 90% of the comments do. After they congratulated me on reaching 700 subs, I made them a promise I would make a follow-up on their game. So grab your phones and start frothing at the mouth because today we're revisiting Combat Master. And if you don't mind, consider subbing to the channel if you enjoy what you see today. Okay, let's continue. For those that don't know, Combat Master is a PC port of a first-person mobile game that literally fuels the addiction for movement kids to go absolutely apeshit with the controls. Speaking of controls, let's go ahead and talk about the game real quick for a second to see if my opinions differ from the original. The movement is still unbelievably clunky, and I don't want to hear a single person tell me otherwise. Moving around, especially when aiming down sight, is disorienting and awkward. Alfa Bravo, if I can recommend anything you start with first, work on the movement. If you can do anything to at least take some of the stiffness away, that'll be a huge W in my books. Another thing I notice is that I'm still not a fan of the weapon balancing, but I guess if you find a gun you're actually able to use and actually be skilled with, then it's not that bad. If you're using an SMG though, don't bother ADSing. Hip fire that shit like Rambo does LMGs, or else you're gonna get dropped quicker than a content creator speaking freely on Twitter. And I will say that the crackhead players aren't that bad. I mean, they're still there, but you barrel stuff them with the weapon and pull the trigger, they're pretty much gonna be done moving. And here's something a lot of you are gonna be surprised about. I have a compliment. I like the fact that there's crossplay across multiple platforms. That's pretty damn cool that Android users can play with Apple users and Apple users can play with PC players, etc. Not only am I glad that crossplay is a thing, but like I mentioned in my first video, I do like how the game doesn't utilize a lot of assets and the matches themselves are quick. I can download this game and complete at least 3 different games before 50% of you can leave a comment calling me trash. Now, let's get into some of the responses because, dear Lord, I've never seen so many people white knight for a company as hard as these people have. And let me say this before I start. There's nothing wrong with being passionate about a game. I'm passionate about a lot of them, and I will always stick up for a studio that I believe in. But 50% of the 50% who watched my video appear to have taken whatever I said about this game personally. Why? We're allowed to not like things here. In fact, those that didn't like what I said but respected it because it was either a difference of opinion or those that knew where I was coming from with some of my critiques, I wish I could give y'all a gold medal. It's healthy to disagree with people because it makes you think. If you agree with anyone all the time, you're not going to grow as a person. That being said, let's speak about it. One thing I got roasted for the most was talking about how some of these people played. And because I mentioned literally anything about that, they think I said that realism shooters are better. I'm gonna put this to rest, okay? If you have no problem breaking switches in your keyboard or giving your controller the worst case of stick drift by looking like a floater in the enemy's eyes before you kill them, go for it. I'm happy for you. But for me, I can't do it in this game, especially when the controls feel stiffer than a person who popped a Viagra. I'll also add that nowhere in my video did I mention realism shooters. Where did that even come from? Another thing I want to bring up is the amount of people just smashing their heads into the keyboard telling me that I'm bad at a video game, and because of that, that's the reason I don't like Combat Master. Like this Grammy Award winner I'll censor the name of. Man, you're a trash player. Don't give reviews. 3.6 KD player here telling you to shut up. Your utter trash skill reflects in the clips that you have posted, lol. Just seeking clout. No offense to Alfa Bravo, okay? But if you think that all there is to life is being good at a PC port of a mobile game, do me a favor and cancel your internet service and sell your PC right now. I also love how he edited the comment. Like, I wonder what part of the broken grammar he had to correct. Oh, and then there were the people who thought I was clout chasing or clickbaiting. Listen, we coexist on a platform where people make millions for clickbaiting you and purposely clout chasing serious topics. If it were shits and giggles, you would have been able to tell. Also, if you think it's clickbaity, then why did you click on it? That's the real question I have here. For my final thoughts, I do want to say something to Alfa Bravo. Thank you for watching the original video and not sending me a creator package that included a crucifix and people pushing me up a mountain. I know that no one likes their work critiqued, or in this case, absolutely destroyed. But I only did it because I at least saw some sort of hope with the game, and I still do. It's not a bad time waster, and if your PC is something that came out of the 90s, then it's great. For me, I'm not a huge fan of it now, but once it starts getting more updates and things get ironed out, I'll open back up to it. And I'll go ahead and add this because they asked me about mass marketing appeal. Market to the community you attract. It's obvious people love the fast, non-restrictive gameplay. And if you find a way to showcase that more and make it something that movement players would love to play, you're gonna start seeing people come in droves. Now, the most important question of the hour. Do I recommend you play Combat Master? Well, considering how COD has become the worst game of 2023 by making it completely unsafe for people to play, and the fact that Activision doesn't give a fuck, then sure, go ahead and try it out, especially if you miss the unrestricted movement of MW19. Now I turn the mic to you. Let me know down below what you think about Combat Master. Do you think the game isn't that bad? Is it worse than what people think it is? Let me know. And while you're down there, go ahead and revisit that like button and review that sub button, also YouTube can show you my content free of charge. This is Sir Blackout signing off to go play BattleBit Remastered. Because honestly, what else is there to play? Later.